5 signs you're incompatible with someone. When it comes to relationship incompatibility, it's a matter of potential versus actualization. That's to say, when you first start dating or seeing someone, you take that leap of faith based on your partner's potential. Actually making it work is a matter of actualization. Establishing a viable connection is step 1 in the process. Focusing on one partner is the second part, which reveals whether they have the needed skill set for partnership. Whether you've had problems since day one, or they've just cropped up post-honeymoon phase, here are 5 early signs you and your partner aren't compatible, and what you can do about them. 1. You're more invested than your partner, or vice versa. If one partner is more invested in the relationship than the other, it might be a sign of incompatibility. Do you find yourself putting 110% into getting date nights and holiday plans together, whereas your partner can barely remember your anniversary? Or, do you feel like bae goes all in for your birthday and Valentine's Day, while you don't feel super compelled to do the same? Take note. This imbalance may have even come into play in the very early stages of your relationship. If your date cancels plan early on, doesn't return text messages, or keeps showing up late, it's not going to be better later on. This is a behavioral trait that shows lack of respect. If your date doesn't make you feel like a priority early on, it's not going to get better with time. 2. Your core values don't match up. Another sign you and your partner might be incompatible is if your core values heavily contrast, like your views on monogamy versus non-monogamy, marriage, children, religion, and finances. Sometimes, agreeing to disagree, especially on politics and religion, can work just fine for some couples. But if you find that you're constantly arguing about the upcoming election or how you two live out your faith, you might want to reconsider your partnership. Likewise, if your partner wants to be in an open relationship when you're all about monogamy, or they're recklessly spending on your dime, or they just aren't as into the same priorities as you, it might be time to have some hard conversations. 3. You and your partner have significantly different sex drives. One partner having a higher sex drive than the other is a fairly common occurrence, simply because of the fact that most people's libidos ebb and flow over time. It's unrealistic to expect that you and your partner will want to have sex the same amount of times, every single time, over the course of your entire relationship. That being said, if you find you or your partner don't want to initiate sex very often or at all, that's worth discussing. More than just a sign of incompatibility, it can also be indicative of something greater at play. Emotional connections to sex, lack of intimacy or loss of trust with a partner, self-image issues, or boredom all can result in a lower interest in sex. 4. You and your partner bicker a lot. You and your partner get into arguments with little to no resolve all or most of the time. If you're getting into heated debates about voting rights, in addition to regular fits of bickering that don't result in any sort of compromise, that can also be a sign of incompatibility. If you're bickering with each other early on, it's not going to mellow out later. If anything, the bickering augments over time, Winter explained. And when there's an emotional investment, people's feelings tend to get hurt far more easily. This isn't to say that if your relationship starts on a rocky foot, it's going to be rocky forever. Resources like couples therapy exist to help couples get on the same page, so don't be afraid to seek out professional help if you're struggling but still want your relationship to succeed. 5. Your lives are going in opposite directions. If you don't share a similar enough view of the future, that, too, may be a sign of incompatibility. Maybe you want to get married and bae doesn't. Or maybe you want kids and that's completely off the table for your partner. Whatever the case, if you and your partner can't get on the same page about important life decisions, you might be better off finding someone who is. What do you think? If you have gained value from this video, give it a like and share it with your friends. For more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for new updates. Thanks for watching.